in his first year. According to the local newspapers, Pepperdine comes into this game as a 2.5-point underdogs, and the Waves win the opening tip and moving left to right. Tonight's game being brought to you by Goodherb, the active sunglasses for anyone stylish and affordable. Man defense to begin things for LMU. Dozic down low on the right post, backs him, and then out to Koulibaly. 9 on the shot clock. Top of the circle to Todorovic. Bad pass, ball tip taken by Butka and hits a 17-foot jumper. And tonight's first basket being brought to you by University Credit Union. Our officials for tonight's game, Toby Doolittle, Christine Esparza, and Wasey Lim. Top of the circle, left side. This is Stone Carwell along the baseline, the leading scorer for the Lions, and puts down a 10-foot jump shot. And we are tied at 2 to start things off. Well, Pepperdine in their white, blue, and orange, and the Lions in their maroon and blue and white. As Porter matching up with Dubidas Butka. And we'll get to those keys to the game momentarily. And left side it goes to Mo Odom. Get a screen by Dozic. 5 on the shot clock. Pepperdine being very patient. Great pass to Koulibaly, who slams it in. And the Waves lead 4-2 to start things off. And for Mo Odom, number 6 in the NCAA, averaging better than 7 assists per game. He's had an outstanding season, also scoring 12 points a contest. Now left side, down the lane, Caleb Carwell, guarded by Todorovic. Out in front, long three-pointer by Merk Veladze, the transfer from Northridge, and the Waves come up with the loose ball quickly in the front court. Todorovic down to Butka, back to Todorovic. 30 points the other night against Washington State. Pulls up and hits the jumper from 18 feet, and the Waves up to a 6-2 lead. And Joey, what about tonight's keys in this one? It Waves off to a pretty good start to begin things.
They are, and we got Mo Odom running the other way. We got a 4-on-1 break. He'll leave it back for Todorovic, coming off that 30-point game.
LMU, they want a timeout. The Waves off to a great start after that tough loss, 87-86. Up in Washington State, 9-2 Pepperdine.
Over the last 10s. Also, ride the Dovey wave. Dovidas Butka averaging 12 points per game in the last 5. Can he continue to chip in? Meanwhile, for LMU, it's going to be take care of the ball. They haven't done that so far. Also, the familiar faces angle. Ride that emotional wave, not get too high, too low. Jevin Porter, former Wave, lovable head coach Lorenzo Romar back in the building tonight too.
It should be an interesting game. These teams will meet again in about 11 days over at LMU. This is the makeup game about a month ago and had all the fires and the game was postponed. And for the Waves, 4 games in 8 days. They just got back from Bowman, a long trip, and they got to go to Spokane on Friday and play Gonzaga next Saturday. Top of the key and getting the basket. It's 9-5 in the three-pointer by Stone Carwell, who is their leading scorer at 13 points a game. Odom top of the key with Porter on him. First Javon Porter's brother, Michael Porter, top NBA player with the Denver Nuggets. And you mentioned Joey Lorenzo Romar, the head coach of Pepperdine, now a top assistant with the Lions. 6 years with the Waves, 9 overall, and the Waves turn it over with traveling against Pepperdine, who averages 12 turnovers a game.
That's right, and LMU will turn you over. They only allow 10 per game, so first one of the night for Todorovic. Looking for Boubacar on that roll, picked up the dribble. That's where he got in trouble, and here we are at 9-5.
Todorovic, second leading scorer in the conference, just under 19 a game. Waves double teaming Porter. They want the ball out of his hands. He's so good. He can step outside and shoot the three. It's way off the mark. And Butka with the rebound, averaging almost 7 a game, the 6'9 sophomore. Along the baseline, Odom inside the lane. Butka, one bounce dribble, laid up and in.
Veteran move there by Dovey with the up fake. Getting the defender in the air, putting it off the backboard. Pepperdine looking sharp here, 11-5 early.
15:54 to go. Pepperdine in a man-to-man defense. Always a rivalry that dates back to 1941. The Lions have won 6 of the last 7. They split the 2 games last year. Pepperdine leads the overall series, 105-74. The missed shot and rebound and we do get a foul. It's going to be on Dozic of Pepperdine. Randy Bennett, the great coach of St. Mary's. And quite a staff. And Hammond was on that staff also, and he's now the head coach at Concordia for over 20 years and won 2 NAIA national titles. Carrawell makes the first free throw. Waves start the game making their first 5 shots for LMU, 2 of 5. The Lions are not a good shooting team, only 43% on the year, and Carrawell has all 7, and it's 11-7 in favor of the Waves. Full court press put on by LMU. Coming in, Jan Bide, the transfer from UCLA, in the lineup for the Lions. Also bring in MJ Amy, the 6'2" junior from Vacaville, transfer from San Jose State. 9 on the shot clock. Right side Odom to the baseline, change directions, throws up the shot, no good. Rebound, Bide watches it go out of bounds, and it will be LMU basketball.
That time, LMU limiting Pepperdine on the run, bringing in that pressure. A lot of ball pressure. Carrawell forcing Mo into a tough shot. LMU here with the ball.
Well, tonight's game being brought to you by Gooder, the active sunglasses for anyone, stylish and affordable. Waves very patient on offense to begin this game, just trying to settle things down after that tough loss in Washington State on Saturday. Carrawell jumper no good. Rebound inside. We're going to get, let's see, a foul. Aaron McBride just in, and apparently they're going to call a foul on him. And McBride, a very talented sophomore, 6'6", 230 out of Corona.
Aaron McBride had maybe one of the most impressive end-of-game dunks in high school at Corona Centennial in the Open Division Championship in 2022-23. They're playing St. John Bosco. He got a ball halfway down the floor with time expiring, ran down the floor, two-handed jam to walk off and win a ring at Corona Centennial. I thought he should have been playing football there. At one of the best programs. You can see the build of McBride. Such a strong-looking young man.
They got a violation against Pepperdine. Apparently they ran the baseline, and they do that after a made basket. So a turnover for Pepperdine. They averaged 12 a game. The Lions only hit 43% from the field on the season. Pepperdine at 45. So the Lions get the ball back, and Stone Carrawell. Big, strong guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, was at Utah Valley last year, averaged 12 points a game, and Pepperdine forces a turnover. And Pepperdine moving left to right. They're white, orange, and blue. This out to Mo Odom, 2 years at the University of Pacific, having a banner season, the 6'1" junior guard. Todorovic, right side, being guarded by Stone Carrawell. Down low to Coulibaly, one bounce dribble, double team, ball batted, back to Todorovic, fires up a 3, that's off the mark. Coulibaly runs it down and bring it back out to Odom. He's gonna fire up a 3, that is long. Buka with a big rebound, Amy battling, and the ball tied up in a jump ball situation, and the ball will go back to LMU.
Coach Schilling has got to be very happy with the effort, especially out of Boubacar Coulibaly, getting the deflection and the poke, creating a turnover. Then the effort down here by Dovey and Coulibaly. Yeah, it resulted in a foul, but Pepperdine, they are playing hard here in the first half.
A game that they led by for 37 minutes against Washington State, led by 12 with 6 minutes to go, led by 7 with a minute and a half. Couldn't hold it, lost the game down the stretch, 87-86. It would have been such a big win for Pepperdine. Amy top of the key, 3-point shot is long, and Coulibaly with the rebound. 6'10" transfer from USC, averaging 9 points, 7 rebounds a game. And Buka being fouled by Bide. Buka got down the floor very quickly in that great position.
Yeah, Pepperdine attacking the paint early. Already got 6 points down there, talking with Alex Merkavitsele before the game. So they're trying to take that away. So far, Pepperdine's taking advantage of the down low opportunities.
Inside to Coulibaly, wide open, and slams it in on a nice pass by Todorovic. And Coulibaly enjoying a banner season, finally healthy. 2 years at Southern Cal, was a reserve. He's had 3-foot operations, and finally he's 100%. This is Amy dribbling into the lane. Kick it outside, Stone Carrawell. Jumper comes up short, and here come the Waves once again, who average 73 a game. The Lions scoring at 70 a game. Back out to Todorovic, top of the key. 3-point shot is good.
Step up to 8. Already has 3 30-point games on the year. Might be a sign of things to come. Looking good early.
Waves up 16-7, 12:49 to play. B-Day in the lane. Not a big outside shooter, more of a slasher, take you off the dribble. A lot of international experience. McBride dribble to the basket and slam it in. Oh, what a dunk.
How quickly he can get from the ground to the rim. Aaron McBride, one of the most athletic players in the entire league.
16-9 Pepperdine. Lions coming off that loss against San Francisco. And the ball thrown out of bounds. The Waves' third turnover. And we take a look at Todorovic, able to hit the three-pointer. Todorovic leading Pepperdine in three-point field goals now with 49, topping the team. And then McBride with that booming dunk. He is athletic. How about Stone Carrawell, Joey? He's no slouch. Let me tell you something. 6'7", 225. And B-Day in the lane puts it up and in.
Yeah, they've got guys here. LMU definitely able to play with anybody in the league. And when you have a leader like Stone Carrawell, you're going to be in every game.
Playing from a physical presence, that is LMU. Mark Velazquez was at Cal State Northridge for 1 year. He was honorable mention all-conference last season. He can step outside and hit the three as well. Todorovic, 8 on the shot clock. Koulibaly out in front. 11:44 to play in the first half. Buka gets it, lays it up and in.
Give it up to Mo Odom. I don't know how he found Buka, but that's the kind of point guard you get in Mo Odom. One of the best in the entire country, Mo Odom.
Buka really has been coming into his own. He's so agile at 6'9", a lot of international experience. He was rated the number 2 player. Buka, coming out of Lithuania, he was that highly regarded. Long miss there, and Pepperdine with the rebound. Lions, when you play LMU, you better rebound on the defensive boards because they do not shoot the ball very well. Outside, Dozic jumper missing. Stone Carrawell out of the backcourt. Dribble drive, Stone Carrawell barrels in. They're going to call an offensive foul. First on him, 3 turnovers and 3 team fouls against the Lions. We get a timeout. 10:50
for Willie the Waves.
Willie's buying, right?
Yes, yeah. He was showing me all the credit cards that he had earlier ready to go for tonight.
All right, Zion Bethea comes in. The 6'4" senior, the transfer. Pepperdine begins the game 8 of 12 from the field, 67%. The Lions 4 of 11 as the Lions pick up in the backcourt, 36% from the floor. Waves struggling a bit. Buka at 6'9" can handle it. Rebounding, the Waves have the edge 7-3. Odom, did he get it in time? No. The Waves turn it over, and that already is their 5th to begin this game.
If you're Dobie, just trust that you can break that press on your own. He was capable of dribbling, and then he gave it back up to Mo. Mo had to bend all the way around behind half court. That's where that violation came into play. If you're Buka, just trust that you can put the ball on the deck and get across the half court line.
Yeah, it's interesting that the Lions are pressing full court really at the start of this game, but sometimes you try to sharpen your intensity by pressing. Here's Amy's shot attempt blocked by Koulibaly. Waves at the other end. Todorovic will stop, throw it to Koulibaly. Fumbled it, and Pepperdine already with 6 turnovers. In the front court, ball tipped out of bounds. So the Lions trying to up the tempo a little bit, force things, trying to get their offense in gear. Pepperdine's had some chances. As you see, MJ Amy, the transfer from San Jose State. With a big, strong physical presence. Played some high school football, was a top football player as a prep. Out in front, Lamage Lewis, a 6'4" senior from St. John Bosco High School here in Southern California. Amy left side, 3-point shot goes in and comes out. And Koulibaly with the rebound. No second or third chances. Well, Javon Porter played a couple of minutes and was very quiet to begin this game. A little different system run by LMU under head coach Stan Johnson in his 5th year. Waves with 12 on the shot clock. I've been impressed with their very good patience and coming back strong after that tough loss. Todorovic wide open, 3-point shot no good. Long bounce taken by Amy. Amy down the lane, give it to McBride who fumbles it right out of bounds. And Pepperdine will get the ball back.
right idea by MJ to give it up, but I like more of a higher pass to McBride, maybe draw contact from the big man underneath for Pepperdine. Or if you're MJ, just go all the way. We were talking about him being a former football player. He looked like that one as the transition began. If I'm him, just take it to the rim and finish, get fouled.
He's 6'2", 205. Pepperdine almost lost him. Mike Saunders in the game for the Waves. Transfer from McNeese State out to Bethea. Three-point shot just in, and he hits the three.
Catching it in rhythm, 13 bench points now for Pepperdine, but they can fill it up from deep if you allow it.
21-11, Pepperdine with their biggest lead here in the first half. 9:09 to play. Amy left side, jumper, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, but they gambled on that, tried to jump through that lane. Didn't get there in time. MJ, easy jump shot for Mr. Amy.
21-13, Pepperdine. Our players to watch today being brought to you by Gooder, as well as our keys to the game presented by Gooder, the active sunglasses for anyone stylish and affordable. Ball goes out of bounds, and last touch by LMU. 8:43 to play in the first half as they'll mop them things up. Pepperdine, 4 games in 8 days. They're right back here Thursday night against San Diego at 7 p.m. And then after coming back from Pullman, Washington, Waves have to go back up to Spokane, play Gonzaga on Saturday. We'll have an audio broadcast only on that one. ESPN Plus at 7 p.m. on Thursday night against San Diego. So Todorovic being guarded by Amy. Todorovic backing up, change direction, ball knocked away, and a foul on Amy.
Yeah, carrying over that mentality from the weekend. Steph being ultra aggressive here. One time he didn't shoot it, Mo let him know, hey, shoot the ball. You're our hot hand. That time didn't waste any time, drawing a foul, and now head to the line.
A lot of contact for LMU. They'll be home Thursday night, so they're going to have to play 4 games, but at least they're home, and they'll take on Pacific. The Lions currently in 6th place in the league standings at 6-6. Jackson Olvera at top of the key. The 6'5" freshman from Houston, Texas. The shot goes out of bounds, and last touch by LMU. And so Pepperdine's going to keep it. They'll get 20 on the shot clock. Here you see Stan Johnson in his 5th year. Prior to coming to LMU, he was the associate head coach at Marquette for 5 years. Also an assistant at Arizona State, Cal State Northridge, Utah, and Drake. Long three by Bethea. That misses. 8:17 to play. 21-13 Pepperdine. Will Johnston, sharp shooting guard. Porter back in, backing up, get into the lane. Pivot, nowhere to go. Nice job by Dozic defending Amy down the lane. Tipped away by Bethea. Waves forced the turnover. Here comes Pepperdine. Bethea again. He's going to stop and shoot a 3. That's off the mark. Tipped by Dozic, no good. Koulibaly gets it. He misses underneath, but picked up by Olvera. This is Saunders. Looks like a zone set up by LMU. This is Bethea down the lane. Put it up and in.
I don't know what was more impressive, the catch or the bank shot. It's a heck of a job pulling it down.
4 rebound, 4 chances for Pepperdine on the offensive glass. Left side, Merck Balassi shot missing badly. Waves come up with it. Waves find themselves in 8th place in the league standings at 3-8. Of course, the big game later tonight, Santa Clara at St. Mary's. It'll tip off at 8 p.m. Gales in first at 11-1. Santa Clara in 4th and 9-4. This is Olvera in the lane, turns, shot blocked from behind, and we're going to get a foul against LMU. Going to be on Javon Porter, first on him. 5 team fouls as we get a timeout. That against the Lions, 23-13 Pepperdine, 7:06 to play. You're watching the WCC on ESPN against San Diego.
You're going to want to drive cautiously if you're heading through the canyon for the San Diego game. It's going to be raining pretty hard on Thursday. A little bit of light rain tomorrow, but the real thing's coming through on Thursday.
Waves, that's their first free throw attempt. Jackson Olvera, the 6'5" freshman, played very well for Pepperdine, averaging 6 points a game. Played his high school ball up in Northern California, Golden State Prep, and the Waves with their biggest lead of 12 at 25-13, just under 7 minutes to play. Stone Carrawell on the baseline. Big and strong, gives it up to Porter, top of the key. 3-point shot way off the mark, and the Waves to Dorovich. One and done for LMU. They seem a little bit lethargic for one reason or another. Certainly can't be the travel. They're only about 20 miles away from Pepperdine. Here's Odom with the jumper.
And part of that work that Mo put in the offseason, working in the gym on that jump shot right there, pay it off.
Lions, who came into this game, preseason ball, were picked 6, and that's where they sit right now. Pepperdine in 8th, they were picked 11. Javon Porter. Outside to B-Day at UCLA last year for one season was a reserve. He'll stop and shoot a shot and make it. Jan B-Day.
Yeah, Jan B-Day can fill it up if you let him. He had 13 in the game against the Dons, and they're going to need help tonight because they've been trailing the entire game.
Lions came up short on Saturday, 72-66 to San Francisco. Pepperdine LMU, they'll meet again Saturday, February 22nd at Gersten Pavilion. This is Todorovich, dribble to the basket, get inside, lay it up, missed the lay-in, and the rebound grab and taken by McBride. In the front court, B-Day. B-Day pulls up to McBride, goes to the dribble, get underneath, pivot, gets called for traveling. That's 7 turnover already for LMU.
Yeah, something that they've got to do, and here we get a look at Mo Odom hitting the brakes on Will Johnston. Let me get that elbow jumper, bottom of the net.
2 years at the University of Pacific, but he has blossomed as one of the top guards, certainly in the West Coast Conference. West Coast Conference tournament in Las Vegas. 17th season, men and women at the Orleans Arena, March 6th through the 11th. It should be quite an event this coming season. This is probably the strongest, certainly on the men's side, top to bottom in men's basketball in years, and a lot of that due to Oregon State and Washington State and the improvement of Santa Clara and San Francisco. Buka one-on-one, inside, laid up and in.
They'll be too big for V-Day there, and we wanted a guy to chip in. It looks like it's going to be Dovey again. He's off to a good start here.
Will Johnston, their top outside shooter. I'm not even sure he's put up any shots at all. As Porter has nowhere to go. Stone Carrawell, 4:50 left in the first half. Waves up 29-15. Stone Carrawell outside, three-pointer, no good. Johnston gets the rebound. Well, LMU, he's open and hits the jumper. Will Johnston able to make the jump shot.
Will Johnston finally on the board tonight.
Butka's going to be held by B-Day as the Waves try to go inside. Pepperdine's doing a nice job isolating Buka one-on-one, and where LMU can't get any defensive help. Take a look at this. Buka a moment ago able to pivot. He's so agile. At 6'9", he can step outside and make three-pointers, and he's very strong around the basket. 16 fouls against the Lions. And for B-Day, that is number 2 onto the back court. Todorovich. This is Todorovich spinning, go down the lane and draws the foul. It's on B-Day, and that's his third. And Stan Johnson off the bench, unhappy about the call. And 2 shots coming to Todorovich. 29-17 Pepperdine, 4:25 to play in the first half. And B-Day's got to come out. He hasn't played that many minutes, but he's got 3 fouls.
Yeah, Steph really earned that foul. Might not have been the right call, but he worked hard to get into the lane, especially after making that long inbounds catch at halftime that went right at V-Day, and the contact is what the referee saw. Even though Stan Johnson not agreeing with it, Steph is at the line, and Pepperdine looking to go up by 14 here after Todorovich can knock this one down.
87% on the year at the free throw line, 106 of 122. And for Todorovich, now with 13 points, and the Waves up 31-17 with 4:19 to play. Waves in that man defense. Will Johnston to MJ Amy to Stone Carrawell. Their leading scorer, 13 points a game, and he traveled and turns it over. That's 8 turnovers for the Lions. Dan Johnson, who played his basketball at Southern Utah, played there for 3 years, graduated back in 2003. A lot of coaching experience now in his 5th season with the LMU. Last year, the Lions finished tied for 6th along with Pepperdine in Portland, is inside Buka with the lay-in. And we're going to get a timeout taken by LMU. Buka with 8. Waves up by their biggest margin, 33-17, 16. Oh, joy for Yellow Simon Epstein. Waves have their biggest lead of 16, 33-17 with 3:56 remaining in the first half as we take a look at Stefan Todorovic, the transfer from USF, played in San Francisco one season, only averaged 4 points a game, and he's off to a great start tonight. He has 10 points, along with 3 rebounds on 3 of 6 shooting, the 6'8 senior. Stefan Todorovic from Belgrade, Serbia. Also started out at SMU. And Pepperdine hitting 57% of their shots to begin the game. 13 of 23. Loyola Marymount 7 of 19, 37% from the floor. LMU, a team that likes to shoot the 3. They average about 8 threes made per game, but they're only 1 of 10 on threes to begin this game. And the Lions have possession and moving right to left. Goes to Will Johnston, 46 threes on the season, averaging 11 a game. He'll step back 3 is short, and Bethea up high with the rebound for Pepperdine. Buka also with 10 points for the Waves. A good balance for Pepperdine. Mo Odom with 4 assists and a couple of points. Waves with their biggest lead, 33-17. So impressed with their patience, running the clock and shortening the game after such a tough loss last Saturday at Washington State, 87-86. Waves led that game for 37 minutes. The largest lead by Washington State was 2 in the entire game, and they ended up winning by 1 as Bethea missing the shot.
Not a live ball turnover. Yeah, you would like that possession to end a little bit cleaner, but they're not giving it up in transition and making LMU have to come all the way back down the court and get 2 on the board or 3.
And the Waves used 30 seconds on the shot clock, so it shortens the game a little bit. 3 minutes left. Here's Porter driving, throws it off the glass and score. Well, sooner or later, Javon Porter will get going.
Yeah, Javon Porter finally on the board, and that time it actually looked he was actively hunting for a shot. And you saw how good he can be as you turn the corner.
At 6'11", he handles the ball extremely well. Mo Odom, left side to Butka, back to Jackson O'Bara, guarded by Amy, 10 on the shot clock. O'Bara throws it up off the glass and scores.
That mid-range game from Jackson, you can count on him each game, getting some points right around the key.
35-19 Pepperdine, 2:19 remaining. Merk Velazzi, he's been quiet also, fumbled it. Waves forced the turnover. That is 9 for LMU. And the Waves able to gain control once again. Well, you combine the turnovers and the cold shooting by LMU, they're probably fortunate to be only down by 16. Here's Buka, kick it back outside. Long 3 by Bethea, no good. Todorovic gets the rebound, and we get traveling on Pepperdine. And a turnover, and the ball goes back to LMU.
And again, not a live ball turnover. They're burning clock. We're under 2 to go here in the first half. Make LMU have to earn it if they want to chip away at that lead.
LMU needs a couple of quick baskets to get back in this game, down by 16 late here in the first half. Will Johnston, who started out at Texas Rio Grande. Left side, Porter will stop and shoot a 3, and he makes that. Javon Porter now quickly with 5, and that's a big basket for LMU, down by 13. 35-22, Todorovic. Check there by Lamage Lewis. Todorovic swinging right side to Odom. Get into the lane underneath. The shot is blocked, but we're going to get a foul against Loyola Marymount. And Pepperdine's going to get some free throws. It's going to be on Porter. That's his second. Take a look at this. Don't see much there. Waves may have caught in the break.
Good job by Mo probing there. That little bit of a hesitation in the paint, drawing a crowd, and then having the confidence to go in there and draw a foul.
18 fouls against LMU. Odom, excellent free throw shooter, missed that one. Waves has a team at the free throw line, 72%. The Lions at 70%. Odom on the year, 86% at the line, 55 of 64 on the season. Free throw missed them both. That's a bit of a surprise. But there's Buka to pick up the loose ball. Back to Odom. Pulls up. 16-foot jumper is long. Coulibaly had a touch and Porter finally grabs it. 1:14 to play. Stone Carrawell spins in the lane, puts it up, and draws the foul. He'll get a couple of shots.
Lions on the attack, pun intended here, as they've ripped off a quick 5. And get a look at Stone Carrawell taking on 3 waves. And he'll head to the line now, trying to chip away at that lead. Ideally, LMU wanting to cut it to under 10 before we head to the break.
A graduate senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, 6'7", 220, averaging 13 points a game. He transferred in from Utah Valley where he played. It was also played at Austin Peay for 2 years and the University of Charlotte for 2 seasons. So well-traveled player, an exciting performer for LMU, and certainly has had an impact with the Lions this season.
Yeah, plenty of experience here at the line for Caleb.
Way short on the free throw, and then we got a foul. Mirk Veladze crashes into Danilo Dozic, and let's see how they take a look at this on the monitor. Both went to the floor battling underneath on the missed free throw that wasn't even close. Let's take a look. Here's Dozic hooking an arm with Mirk Veladze. They both go down. Mirk Veladze from Georgia in the Soviet Union, and Dozic from Belgrade, Serbia.
Mirk Veladze, if he wasn't a basketball player, according to the media guide, he would be a rugby player. Looked pretty physical there, but again, tangled up with the elbows.
I think they're going to take a look at this, talk things over. Mirk Veladze is 6'8", 230. That's 38 threes on the year. Played 1 year at Cal State Northridge. Honorable mention all-conference last season, and the officials will take a look at this. We mentioned the international presence nowadays. It possibly could be a flagrant one, and we'll see what's going to be on. Either Mirk Veladze or Danilo Dozic. They both got tangled up, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But all the international presence for LMU, they have players from Russia, Congo, Serbia, Senegal, as we take another look, Australia, and Slovenia. Okay, let's see. It's at the bottom of your screen. Kind of a pretty good takedown by Mirk Veladze. We'll see what they call this against.
I don't know how you determine who initiated the hook and hold there. They both kind of did it simultaneously. It's kind of hard to figure out on this one.
Well, they hooked arms. Dozic, and then I'm not sure if he was pulled down or pushed down by Mirk Veladze. Pepperdine with their international presence. Serbia, Canada, Mali, Lithuania, and Spain. It seems to be the norm these days throughout the country. It is a worldwide game for sure. This will be a different angle. There's Dozic, wrapping that arm around. And then Mirk Veladze with that left forearm. We'll see if the call of the officials take a look. Well, tonight's game being brought to you by Gooder, the active sunglasses for anyone, stylish and affordable. And go to gooder.com for more information. Danilo Dozic, I think they just split the difference. It will be like a jump ball. It goes back to LMU in the double foul. And so Stone Carrawell, a little over a minute to go. Mirk Veladze, right side to Lamage Lewis, dribble into the lane along the baseline, Porter, and he drops in a 10-footer. 35-25, and the Lions rallying late here in the first half. 49 seconds remaining. Goes to Todorovic, guarded there by Lamage Lewis, a veteran player, been in the program at LMU for a number of years. 9 on the shot clock. Buka to Coulibaly with 6. Odom with down to 3. Odom underneath the Coulibaly and lays it in. Slams it in.
One of the top point guards in the country, Mo Odom, running the clock all the way down, finding Boubacar. Here, strong first half from Pepperdine.
Shot clock turned off, 14 seconds left, 37-25 Waves, up by 12. Down to 9 seconds, Johnston to Porter, gotten the last 7 points. Down to 5 seconds, Porter guarded by Buka. Porter with 2, out to Stone Carrawell's three-point jumper is good as time runs out. A big basket by Stone Carrawell, who finishes with 10. Both teams go. Double foul against the Waves, Danilo Dozic, as well as the Lions, Alex Mukvalaze. It was actually a double flagrant foul. You don't really see that very often. So these pick up a foul, so they have to be careful. And Pepperdine begins the second half, moving right to left. Pepperdine with Dozic, along with Todorovic, Odom, Koulibaly, and Butka. This is Odom, top of the key. Lions in man-to-man defense. They go to Butka underneath. Actually, Rick Asanza in there, the 7-1 center for LMU. They go to a bigger lineup. We'll get 3 seconds against Pepperdine in the Waves. Their 9th turnover of the game. Pepperdine shot 54% in that first half. The Lions at 46%. There you see Ed Schilling with Michael Deutsch to his left and Scott Rougeau to his right. For the Lions, Asanza, a big presence along with Porter. Murk Balazzi up front. The guards of Stone Carrawell and Will Johnston. Waves man-to-man defense. This first 5 minutes so crucial to both teams. Can the Waves build on that lead, or can the Lions get it even closer? Right side, Murk Balazzi will launch a three-pointer's good. Alex Murk Balazzi, his first points of the game. And he averages 11 a night, and his 39th three-pointer of the year. And we're just under 19 minutes to go, and now it's a 6-point lead for Pepperdine, 37-31. Butka out in front. Our officials tonight, Toby Doolittle outside the jumper. Todorovic with a three.
Third three-pointer of the night. A triple for Todorovic. Coming off that big 30-point night over the weekend.
There's 13 tonight. Now Toby Doolittle, Christine Esparza, and Wasey Lim are officials for tonight's game. Got a crowd of about 300 or 400 on hand at Firestone Fieldhouse on this midweek game. PCH is still closed, expecting a big storm the next couple of days and possible mudslides. Here's Porter throwing it up and in.
That looked like an NBA move by Jevin Porter, putting his defender in the spin cycle.
That's 6-11. Here's Butka inside, rolls off the rim, picked up by Koulibaly, who puts it back up and in.
Bubakar up to 8, doing all that damage right around the rim, on brand for Mr. Koulibaly.
Well, the Waves, they're going to win this game. They've done a great job rebounding, and now we got Odom and Johnston, and the ball goes out of bounds, and last touch by Johnston, Pepperdine forcing the turnover. 42-33 Pepperdine. The Waves are going to win this game. They're going to do it on the boards because the Lions have not shot particularly well for this game. And so far, the Waves have out-rebounded LMU 17-9. Waves up by 9, 42-33, 17-49 to play. According to the local papers, LMU came in as a 2.5-point favorite. Odom top of the key. Three-point jumper won't go. And here come the Lions. So to see Rick Asanza, who started out at the University of Oklahoma. He is such a presence, 7'1", 240 from the Congo. Haven't played that much, only averaged a couple points a game. Was injured last year, only played 10 games. Stone Carrawell's jumper no good. There's Asanza, puts it back up and missed the short jumper. And the Waves get the loose ball, but Asanza is a presence.
Short-armed it right in front of the hoop.
Waves inside, Butka, a little jump hook and draws the foul. It's on Javon Porter, and that's number 3 on him.
A good job by Butka, advocating for himself around the rim, taking it right into the chest of the Lion defender. And for that last trip down the floor, perfect from the floor. He's going to continue to add to his point total again. Keys to the game. Who can be that star role player for Pepperdine? Lately, it has been Dovey.
Been playing extremely well over the last several games, missing the free throw on the season. He's just 47%. Came in 28-60, improved, but again, he's so agile at 6'9", runs the floor, can handle it, can step outside and make threes. Working on his free throw shooting, he looked good on that one. And Butka now with 11, Todorovic with 13, and Koulibaly with 8, leading Pepperdine. Waves up by 10. Down the lane, here's Murk Balazzi, puts it off the glass, too strong. Pepperdine's Butka with a rebound. Gets in the front court. Right side to Dozic. to Odom, top of the key. Stone Carrawell on him. Down the lane to Buka. Lobs it out to Koulibaly and a slam dunk.
Dovey to Boubacar right here in Malibu on a Tuesday night. Beautiful play here.
45-33. Pepperdine gets it back up to 12. 16:34 to play in the second half. Will Johnston, top of the circle. Get a screen by Asanza. Right side, Stone Carrawell with the dribble. Pivot along the baseline. Good defense by Todorovic. Back outside by Merkbalaz's three-pointer comes up short. Bodies on the floor. Waves come up with it. Nice play by Koulibaly. To Odom, driving to the basket. Missed the lay-in. Nice defensive effort by Merkbalaze of LMU. Coming right back, the lob, and the ball goes in. Johnson was trying to throw a pass to Porter, and it went in. And the Waves turn it over. Stone Carrawell at the other end. Boy, this is like a playground game in your local high school. A three-pointer by Johnston. Quickly, he's got 7. And it's 45-38. Waves up now only by 7. Dozic outside, three-pointer, misfires. Well, they are wasting no time up and down the court. 15.5 to play. This is Johnson along the baseline. Porter, ball tipped away by Odom. Waves recover. Here's Buka, bounce it to Dozic, lay it up and in.
Credit Mo Odom down here getting that all going with the poke and the deflection. Dovey finding Danilo for the lay-in.
Inside to Asanza, puts it up and scores. 47-40 Pepperdine. The pace and the tempo of this game has picked up greatly. Still very physical throughout. And yet we haven't had that many free throws. Waves just 4 of 6 in the first half. The Lions 3 of 4. Lions only 3 of 13 on threes. Waves go inside to Buka off the glass and once again lays it in.
Yeah, Dovey having a terrific game, and none other than Mo Odom finding him with the dish.
He's so good around the basket because he's so agile and quick and very strong at 6'9". Here's Johnson inside, fumbles it, gets it back, puts up the jumper and scores.
Nice job by Will there to hang with the play. It's a deflection off of Boubacar. It's a little mid-range jumper. He's up to 9, quietly with 9.
14:22 to play, 49-42 Pepperdine. Dozic guarded by Merkbalaze. Honorable mention all conference last year with the Lions. Here's Buka, backs in, knocks out Johnston, puts it back. Koulibaly can't put it in. The Waves have three tries and missed all 3. Stone Carrawell got off to a great start as 11 in the first half. 9 for Porter, 9 for Johnston, 13 for Buka, and 13 for Todorovic, leading Pepperdine. Out to Porter, he can shoot that 3 and knocks it down.
Quietly, LMU 5 for 5 on their last attempts. We've got a 4-point game now.
Boy, that 16-point lead in the first half has gone quickly. 49-45, 13:28 remaining. All of a sudden, it's become a high-scoring game. The Waves were able to build that lead of being so patient on offense and getting the ball inside. Here's Odom driving, missing the layup. Ball tipped by Buka, he missed it. Porter had it, Todorovic gets it. Shot blocked by Asanza. Down the floor to Stone Carrawell. Goes to Porter, he's gonna put up another 3, that misses. And here comes Odom. Boy, the difference, I think, early in the second half, Joe, is Rick Asanza. He's just clogging up that middle, and he is such a presence down low. They listed him at 7'1". I really think he's taller than that.
Number 22 in red, high energy player for LMU.
Gonna get a foul as we get a timeout. 12:47 to play in this one. Pepperdine holding on to a 49-45 lead as Koulibaly with a monster dunk. You're watching the WCC on E5. 12:47 to play in the second half. In the second half, the Lions have made 7 of 12. 58% from the field. Pepperdine racing up and down the court have cooled off, just 5 of 15 in the second period. 33% from the field. Overall, Pepperdine shooting 47%, and the Lions for the game, now shooting 50%. Rebounding, Pepperdine 26, LMU 15. Turnovers, Pepperdine with 10, leading to 16 points for LMU. The Lions with 11 turnovers, and Pepperdine's gotten 14 points off that. Pepperdine led by Stefan Todorovic with 13, and Dubidas Buka also with 13. It is Pepperdine ball. Moving right to left in their white, orange, and blue. Odom dribbling and fouled by Aaron McBride. Second on him. Second team, making 3 team fouls against the Lions. You see Aaron McBride on the team last year, did not play a lot, but a great upside for the sophomore. 6'8", 230. Waves will bring it in. They get 20 on the shot clock. Down the lane to Todorovic. Back to Odom on the left wing. 3-point shot attempt, misfires. Rebound grabbed by Merck Balazze, and here come the Lions. Down by only 4 after trailing by 16 in the first half. Merck Balazze at the baseline. Get the ball to B-Day. 15-foot jumper, no good. And Koulibaly gets the rebound for the Waves. And Mo Odom coming to front court. Lions getting back in transition. Here's Odom down the lane. Lob to Koulibaly, who missed the tap in. Ball goes out of bounds, and Pepperdine will keep it. But a great effort by Odom and Koulibaly.
Odom and Koulibaly, that dangerous duo here in Malibu, and just off the mark there. But I think that might be the only time I've been here where they haven't converted on an alley-oop. They do it every game, and as we talked about before the game, they made a show over the weekend in Pullman, making a living on that 2-man game.
Koulibaly telling the official he thought he was pushed on that slam dunk attempt to Butka. Out to Zion Bethea, just into the game for Pepperdine, the 6'4" senior transfer from Hofstra. Here's Odom's long 19-foot jumper, hits the back of the rim. And Stone Carawell comes in the front court. The Waves get back defensively. But the Waves did such a great job in the first half running the clock and controlling the tempo of the game. Built up a 16-point lead. Now they've gone up and down. Tempo has picked up greatly, and it's worked against Pepperdine a bit. We do get a timeout. 11:37 to play, and they have dropped that 9-point halftime deficit down to just 4. Mo Odom is 1 of 9 from the field, but he does have 6 assists. It will be LMU ball underneath the Pepperdine basket. Jan Vide, the transfer from UCLA, will bring it in. You see Ed Schilling along the sidelines that lob it in, intercepted by Buka, and able to control 12 turnovers for LMU. Waves at the other end, it goes to Todorovic. Boy, if you're Stan Johnson, you got to be disappointed. You take a timeout. You got the momentum right now. You have the ball underneath the Pepperdine basket, and what do? You throw it away. Here's Todorovic, 17-foot jumper, hits the back of the rim. The rebound comes up, down goes Koulibaly, and we're going to get a foul against LMU. And Joe, I got to think maybe here in the second half, the Waves fatigue, being tired, long trip up to Pullman, hard-fought game, maybe could be a factor in the second half.
It was a long trip up to Pullman, and as we get a look at that foul, the sign of a team that plays hard is the fact that even though they're cold shooting right now, they've made 8 steals on defense. That last trip down the floor, Dovidas getting the team to 8. Yeah, they might be cold shooting, but they're giving all they have on the defensive end and continuing to run the clock here and draw fouls.
McBride this time will pick up the foul. That's 3 on him. Already 5 team fouls against the Lions in the second half. Pepperdine have none, and we have 11:03 to go. The Waves done a good job getting the ball inside to Koulibaly. Although he's not scoring, he's drawing attention and creating contact in the fouls against LMU. Todorovic 8 on the shot clock. Todorovic to the basket. Fumbled, that ball knocked out of his hands. And last touch by Pepperdine, and they turn it over. Well, pretty physical down along the baseline. Todorovic has 13 points in the game. Butka with 13 and Koulibaly with 10. Here comes LMU. Stone Carawell. Teams meet again on Saturday, February 22nd at Gersten Pavilion. This is Stone Carawell, 3-pointer, and he got it.
A lot of experience out of Carawell. He's played a lot of ball. He's probably been in a lot of games where they've been down and they know how to chip away. LMU only down 1 now.
49-48. Stone Carroll with 14. Down low to Koulibaly. Kick it back outside to Odom. Asanza back on the bench for LMU. Looking for Buka. Pepperdine throws it to LMU and a turnover. At the other end, Amy's three-pointer is short. Rebound taken by Todorovic. The Waves breathe a sigh of relief on that missed shot.
Got to protect the ball here. 2 turnovers in the last 2 trips.
9:55 to go. Great pass to Koulibaly. Lay it in.
Odom up to 7 dimes on the night. Koulibaly working on a double-double with 12 and 9.
51-48. B-Day in the lane. Jumper's good. 51-50. 9:30 to play in the second half. It looked like a one-sided affair in the first half. Pepperdine leading by as many as 16, led by 9 at halftime. 37-28, and the Waves fumble it out of bounds and give it back.
So last 4 trips down the floor for the Waves. They've turned it over 3 times. They're already above their average now. They're up to 13. They average 11 per night. If you're going to blow a lead, you're going to do it that way, and that's what they're trying to prevent here.
Jack and O'Bara back in for Pepperdine, the 6'5 freshman out of Houston, Texas. Good offensive player, and the Waves looking for some kind of offense. B-Day dribbling in the lane. 14-foot jumper, no good, but draws the foul. 9:10 remaining, and for the first time tonight, LMU can take the lead.
John B-Day doesn't get a lot of credit for the way he handles the ball. A couple times down the floor, probing, finding guys open that time. Nice patience getting into the lane. And B-Day is going to go to the line. Coming off a 13-point game against San Fran.
B-Day with 7 points in this contest. Lamage Lewis back in. Stone Carroll will sit down. Well, tonight's game being brought to you by Gooder. $25 active sunglasses for anyone. Shop now at Gooder.com. That's GOODR.com. And for the first time tonight, the Lions have the lead, 52-51, with 9:05 to play. Full court press, Odom in the front court, stops, jumper, and doesn't go. And Lewis with the rebound. Pepperdine continues to be ice cold here in the second half. Here's Johnson dribbling, get in deep to Lewis inside, fumbles it and lost it. Waves forced the turnover. Long three-pointer by Todorovic. That misfires. Boy, the Waves shot very quickly coming down the floor, and nobody there to rebound for Pepperdine. 52-51 LMU. This is B-Day to Johnston. Back to B-Day, top of the key. The Waves will play off him. He's more of a slasher of the basket. There he goes, puts it up and in. Waves might need a timeout.
Beautiful touch.
54-51 LMU, 8:13 to play. The Waves throw it away. Johnston at the other end, lays it up and scores. Waves take a timeout. 56-51. Pepperdine now with 14 turnovers, and the Lions with 13. Still a long way to go, 8:06 remaining, and this Pepperdine ball moving right to left, and this is Mo Odom, who really struggled tonight. He's 1 of 10 from the floor, and we're going to get a foul away from the ball. It's going to be against LMU. That is 16 fouls. In the lane and under the basket, Odom looking, 22 on the shot clock. Waves need to settle down. Valuable possession here late. Going down by 5, just under 8 minutes to go. And here's Mo Odom, gets it to Todorovic, pivots, goes in the air, puts it up, shot no good. Asanza was there, changed the trajectory of that shot attempt. And LMU on an 8-0 run, 16-2 in the last 7 minutes. This is B-Day who sparked this Lions team coming off the bench. Inside McBride, out to Merkvaladze, top of the key. Nothing there with 7 on the shot clock. Johnston dribbling with 4. Johnston back to Merkvaladze, a long 3, hits the back of the rim. Odom in the front court. Odom lob it to Buka, put it up and missed the lay-in. Just 2 under the basket, out of position, and LMU gets the loose ball. Johnston on the baseline, 17-foot jumper and score.
Will up to 13 now and averaging 10, so above his average here as the Lions add to their lead.
10 in a row for LMU, 18-2 over 7 minutes. Here's Todorovic missing his shot long. And Merk Velazzi and the Lions seemingly in control with 6.5 to play. Johnston down the lane, puts it up, shot no good, but does draw the foul. Does stop the clock for Pepperdine. Going to be on Coulibaly, first on him. Waves just their second team foul in the half. And Mo Odom will go to the sidelines. Maybe needs a break. Johnston, excellent free throw shooter, will be at the line. 87% on the year. 6'3" senior out of Sydney, Australia. And makes the free throw. Johnston with 14 and 12 in the second half. 11 straight for LMU. Dozic back in. Mike Saunders comes in for Pepperdine. Of course, the Lions, they haven't gone to the NCAA tournament since 1990 when they had those Hank Gathers, Bo Kimball years, Jeff Fryer. Free throw good by Johnston, now with 15 points, 60-51, a 12-0 run for Loyola Marymount. Saunders out of the backcourt. Waves now down by 9, 60-51, a 25-point turnaround when the Waves led by 16 in the first half and 9 at halftime, 37-28. And the clock becoming a factor, 6:13 to play. Left side, Dozic. Swing it to Saunders, 6 on the shot clock. Back to Todorovic with 3. Todorovic out to Saunders. 3-point shot is short. Ball long bounce, the Lions have it. Waves continue to be absolutely ice cold. A 20-2 run by LMU in the last 8 minutes and 2 seconds. This is Johnson, top of the key. He'll stop and shoot a 3 off the mark, and the rebound grab by Todorovic. Still time for Pepperdine. 5:38 to play. Todorovic guarded by Johnston, out to Dozic. Dozic at 6'10". Todorovic. Amazingly, this big comeback with Javon Porter on the bench in this second half. Here's Dozic, 15-foot jumper. That doesn't go. You know, it was pretty cold in Pullman. It was about 7 degrees, covered in snow, but nothing like this here in the second half of Pepperdine. It's colder than that here for the Waves. Johnston again. He's got 17, 15 in the second half.
Will Johnston coming alive here in the second half along with LMU.
14 consecutive points, 22-2 run for the Lions with 9:27 to go. Well, try to explain that to your team. 62-51. Todorovic driving, throws it out to Saunders. 4 on the shot clock, puts it up. Shot doesn't go. Coulibaly with a great rebound. Comes back to Todorovic at the baseline. Give it to Coulibaly and draws the foul.
Good patience underneath the rim by Boubacar. Now up to a double-double with 12 and 10 on the night. They've been beating him early and often, but LMU taking away the paint lately as Yuppe drawn Rick into the air, and thankfully Rick's okay. Just didn't look like it was too crazy. Boubacar's heading to the line.
Sanza's first personal. A 14-0 run over the last 5 minutes and 10 seconds. And 22-2 in 10 minutes and 4 seconds. Waves have missed their last 8 shots or one of their last 19 field goal attempts. Free throw's good. Coulibaly with 13, as you mentioned, a double-double. Lions are home against Pacific on Thursday. Pepperdine against San Diego. To come right back at 7 p.m. We'll have it on ESPN Plus, and then head back up to Spokane and take on Gonzaga on Saturday. We'll have an audio broadcast on that. Coulibaly's free throw no good, and the Lions seemingly in control right now by 10, 62-52 with 4:20 to play. And right now the Lions are in no hurry to put the ball up. They will run time off the clock. B-Day out in front. Get it to Johnston. Stan Johnson, the head coach, along the sidelines. No hurry. Run the clock down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnston's three-point shot is good.
One of the top three-point makers in the entire league, and to add injury to insult there, insult to injury, they ran down a lot of clock on that possession before that three.
Johnston has 20 points, 18 in the second half. They averaged 11 on the year. Biggest lead for the Lions, 13, 65-52, 3:38 to play. Odom down low to Buka, back to Odom. Dribbling, looks to Todorovic, gets it, put it up and in.
Good find again there by Mo. He's up to 8 assists on the night. Nothing new for him. Good for Todorovic to get one to go after being cold for the majority of the half.
3:18 to go, 65-54. Favor of LMU. Special thanks to our entire Game On Entertainment crew. Our director tonight, Jonah Barony. Producing Archie Coruscani, Christian Solar. On site, Amanda Larsh. Special thanks to Morgan Davenport out of the Pepperdine Athletics Communications Department. Missed shot by Johnston. Odom in the front court. Waves got to put it up. Odom's three-pointer, that misses. And the rebound fought for B-Day, Dozic, and Todorovic. We get a foul, going to be against the Waves. We get a timeout. The Waves in trouble. 2:50 to go, 65-54 LMU. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+.
San Diego winning the title here in the tournament of the West Coast Conference.
USF Dogs have won the West Coast Conference tournament. Gonzaga celebrates another championship.
The Pilots do it again! Your WCC tournament champions back-to-back.
Get ready for the West Coast Conference Basketball Tournament in Las Vegas. 22 teams will compete. 2 teams will emerge as champions. Don't miss a minute of the action. Secure your tickets today at WCC Sports.
Tonight, shooting 34% from beyond the arc. 2 for 4 tonight at 15%. And a big part of how LMU kind of flipped this game around here. Second half, a lot of Will Johnston. A lot of Rick Assanza, not getting much credit in terms of stats.
Well, just
really
his presence alone really makes a difference inside where the Waves were scoring at will in the first half. And get outscored LMU about 28-18 in the first half in the paint as Jackson O'Bara comes in for Pepperdine. Waves in the second half are 7 of 30 from the field, 23%. The Lions are 14 of 24, 58% as Pepperdine puts on a full court press, but it might be too late. 2:44 to play. Waves have trailed by as many as 13. The Lions trailed by 16 in the first half, 9 at halftime at 37-28. And here they are sitting with the ball and up by 11. Will Johnston, Javon Porter back in for LMU. Porter backing in one-on-one against Olvera. Turns, double team, throws it up. Shot no good by Porter. Nice save by Bethea. Here comes Pepperdine right back on him. Out to Olvera, dribbling the free throw line. Get in deep, stumbles. And gets it to Todorovic. Been very quiet in the second half. Todorovic inside. Ball fumbled. Buka, and the ball is tied up. We'll see on the alternating possession.
I get that you want to work for a great shot, giving up a good shot, but you got to fire him up right now.
181-140. They literally wore you out. Waves did have the ball, and they did call timeout. Todorovic waves and then fouled on the dribble by Mirk Palazzi. It was quite a system by Paul Westhead back then. Of course, led by Hank Gathers, Bo Kimball, and Jeff Fryer. They probably averaged 12, 13, 14 threes made per game. They won the WCC tournament in 1988 and 1990. They went all the way to the Elite Eight in 1990. Of course, the tragic death of Hank Gathers on the court. I happened to be there that night at LMU. It still kind of haunts me these days forward. But yeah, those were incredible games that Pepperdine and LMU had way back in the 1990s, late 80s, incredible contest. All right, Johnston, 65-54. Waves missing the free throw. A tired Pepperdine team in the second half. Merck Palazzo. Johnston 6 on the shot clock. Lions, they don't even have to shoot. Johnston puts it up. That shot misses. O'Bara gets it. O'Bara in the front court, ahead to Odom. He'll stop and shoot a three. Rattles in and comes out. Rebound to Dorovich, who puts it back up and in.
Dorovich up 17. Pepperdine obviously going to have to pressure the ball here.
65-56, but only 1:04 to play. It's a good comeback win for LMU. They're going to go to 7-6 in league. The Waves will fall to 3-9. And for LMU, they've now won 7 of 8 against Pepperdine in this series, the PCH Cup, as Porter slams it in.
Former Wave emphatically putting an exclamation point here on the night from Pepperdine.
Todorovic, and the ball is tied up, alternating possession. Todorovic thought he was fouled. It will go back to LMU. Take a look at this. Here's Porter, the former Pepperdine Wave for 2 years. Here's nice pass by B-Day, who's had a big game off the bench. 10 points, done a lot of good things. And there, nice assist. Full court press by Pepperdine. Waves home against San Diego Thursday night, 7 o'clock. We'll have it on ESPN Plus. And Lions and Waves will meet again on Saturday, February 22nd at LMU. It's a big win for the Lions. Will solidify that number 6 position in the standings. Waves still in the 8th place. San Diego will come in here. I think they've lost 13 or 14 in a row and sitting in 11th. So Waves will have another chance to try to get themselves a win. They're now 6-7 at home after tonight. And after this evening, only 6 games remaining in the regular season. 28 seconds to go. Lions do not have to shoot. B-Day. The transfer from UCLA in the lane puts it up. The shot falls short. Ball out of bounds, and Pepperdine will have it. Shot clock is turned off. 21.3 seconds to play. Another disappointing game for Pepperdine, although it's not a one-point contest as Odom lays it in. It's a game, and really they were in control in the first half and just let it get away. It's a nice effort by LMU to come back and get themselves a win.
Pepperdine came out throwing a haymaker after what seemed like a heartbreaking loss, and no doubt was over the weekend. They came out and gave it everything they had. Apparently, they just ran out of energy here. LMU able to take that haymaker, get off the deck, and make that comeback.
Merck Palazzi adds to the lead as he's got only 5 in the game. 69-58, 8 seconds to go. Waves get the ball inside to David Major, puts it up and in. 69-60, and Waves will fall back. The Lions will bring it in. That's going to do it. LMU rallies in the second half to beat Pepperdine 69-60. Teams will congratulate each other.